If you're looking around for where you can insert headers and footers, you could find it here under the Insert tab, and over here is Header and Footer. But don't click that because I think there's a better way to do this. Down here on the bottom where you have those three view buttons, right now we're in Normal View is the first button. Click the second button, we're in Page Layout View. And look what we have at the top. It says click to add header. Now before you click, just roll your mouse over and you see we have this center section. And if you roll to the right, we have the right section. And if you roll to the left, we have the left section. Anything you put in the left section will be left aligned. Anything you put in the center section will be center aligned. And anything you put in the right section, well, that's going to be right aligned. So let's start on the left. Click in the left section, and you see there it says header. And when you do, you have the header and footer tools section here with the design tab. So click that design tab. And the first thing I want to put in is what page we're on. So click right over here where it says page number. Well, maybe you want it to be a little more specific rather than just page 1, page 2. If you have a multiple page document, maybe you want it to say something like page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3, and so on. So just type a space, type a space, and click here, number of pages. Now if you click outside the header area, now you can see it's showing us it's page 1 of 2. Okay, let's put in the file name. So roll your mouse over here in the right section and click, and you see that's right aligned. And up here we have file path, file name, and the sheet name. Some people like to call it the tab name. Well, if you put in the file name, it'll just tell us right now that it's called headersandfooters.xlsx. If you put in the file path, it'll tell us the whole path on the computer. I don't think we really need to do that here. Let's just click file name and press the enter key and click sheet name. And now when you click off here, this tells us headersandfooters.xlsx and that it's sheet 1. Well, sheet 1 isn't really much of a name, is it? So double click over here where it says sheet 1 and let's call this first quarter. Press enter because after all, this is the first quarter of expenses. Notice over here, it immediately updates to say first quarter. Let's put in a footer. You can just scroll down to the bottom, and over here it says click to add footer, and again we have the left, center, and right sections. So let's say we want to put the company logo in the lower right corner. So click over here, go back to the Design tab, and let's put in a picture. So click Picture, and in the Chapter 6 folder of the exercise files, we have the Two Trees Olive Oil Company logo. Double click it. Now you don't actually see the picture here until you click off it. Now this is kind of big, so we want to modify it a little bit. Click back on here and make sure that this code &picture is selected. By the way, you could type any of these codes in, but I really don't advise it. It's too easy to make an error. When you have it selected, go up here, choose Format Picture, and we're in the Size tab, and let's change the height. Maybe instead of 100%, let's make that 40, and you don't have to type the percent. You can just type 40, and let's also make the width 40%. Click OK, and now the logo is smaller and unobtrusive. So let's put one more thing in the footer. Click in the lower left corner here, and you don't always have to put one of these items from the header and footer elements in the footer or header. We're clicked in here. Let's type in the web address of our fictitious olive oil company, www.twotreesoliveoil.com, and click off it. And now you have that there, so that'll be printed out. Let's take a look at our print preview. Go to the File menu and Print, or you can press Control P. And here we have our page number, we have the file name, the tab, the logo, and the web address. So I think that's pretty cool.